G'day, this is Samesh. We're going to take a look at this amazing podcast software called Riverside.fm. Let's take a look and see what people have to say. So this is Riverside. I guess you get a mobile app with it as well, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at that. It says expand recording capabilities to your mobile. You can now enjoy Riverside's high-quality local recording on your smartphone and iPad without worrying about internet connection. Once finished, you locally record audio and full HD 1080p video will be ready in your dashboard and downloadable from your desktop. That's great. So you basically invite guests from our app, and so you can join no matter where you are. Then you record, and then you download the recordings. Cool. So they've got an app. iPhone, Android. That looks great. It says high quality recording straight from your mobile. Online podcast and video studio. So recording studio quality. That's pretty cool. So these were made by Riverside, Michelle Obama, Kerry Washington, Tim Ferriss, Mark Zuckerberg and Gary Vee. Look and sound your best. Riverside records you and your guests locally by bypassing poor and unstable internet connections and giving you studio quality audio and video. Obviously very important. Let AI do the transcribing for you. Supporting over 100 languages, our AI engine will accurately transcribe your recordings in seconds, introducing a quicker way to edit. So you can speed up post-production with our text-based editor. Search the transcript for what you need by typing it in, find it, cut it, and be done with it. Magic clips supercharged by AI. Create short-form clips with a single click and some help from AI. Size them, style them, and share them. You can't go wrong. Great, well, looks fantastic. Let's see another review.
What's up,
over
everyone?
here.
Bridget from Riverside here, and in this video, I'm going to take you on a walkthrough of the Riverside platform. It's important to note that you and your guests must be using either a Google Chrome browser, Microsoft Edge browser, or our mobile app in order to use Riverside. Once you are in your Riverside dashboard, you will have access to all studios. You can also create a new one by clicking Create New Reusable Studio. Name your studio and decide if it will record audio only or both audio and video. You can either enter that studio right away or you can create the studio for later. Now you'll enter the Riverside Green Room, where you can check your camera view, and if you have an external mic, camera, or speaker, like headphones, you can select these now from the drop-down menu. By default, you'll join the studio as a host, but at this point, you can also decide if you want to join as a producer. This means that you can monitor the session and adjust the settings, but your mic and camera will be off and you won't be recorded. Before you go into the studio, you must click whether or not you are wearing headphones. We highly recommend that all participants wear headphones to reduce any potential feedback, but if a user isn't wearing headphones, echo cancellation will be enabled. Let's head in. Now we're in the studio. The video that you see in the studio is not the quality of the final exported video. Riverside records audio and video locally on every computer involved in the session and then uploads that recording to the cloud. This means that any internet issues throughout the recording won't affect the final quality of the exported video. To invite guests to your show, you will be given a shareable link, or you can send your guests an email directly through Riverside. When you invite people, you can choose what kind of role they will have. You can invite a guest to join the studio and be recorded. An audience member will join to watch the live recording but won't be part of the call, and you can invite a producer. On the right-hand side of the studio, where you'll see recording overview, you can name the recording, see all of the participants, as well as check the specs for the recording. Below that, you can monitor everybody's recordings individually, check their audio input and output, their levels, and you can enable and disable echo cancellation. Beside the Studio tab is the Media tab. This is where you can add music, intros, outros, and sound effects live during your recording. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see a toggle to preview the sounds or add them live into your show. The last tab on this side of the screen is the Chat tab, which you can use to chat with other people in the studio, check audience questions and comments, and you can call on Riverside's live support by typing @Riverside. By clicking the gear icon, you can check and update the audio and video settings. If you want more information on studio settings, head to the studio support articles linked in the description. During the recording, you're able to mark a clip when you feel a highlight-worthy moment is happening. By clicking Create a Clip or hitting M on your keyboard, Riverside will note this part of the recording for later when you use our editor feature to create clips. Status. Riverside starts uploading the recording to the cloud as soon as the recording starts and continues the upload throughout the entire session. At the end of the session, you and your guest will want to keep the tab open until the upload completes. This doesn't usually take very long, but if you do end up navigating away from the tab too soon, you can head to riverside.fm/upload, and Riverside will find the recordings on your computer and upload them for the host. Once the upload is complete, there are a couple ways to access your recordings. The first one is by clicking the button that appears under Recording Overview. The second is once you end the call, you will be brought directly to the recording take page where all of your recordings live. This is your studio recordings page, where you'll see thumbnails for each recording session that has happened in that studio, button at the top. Now, let's click on a specific recording. This is where all of your content lives. Riverside makes it easy to create a whole bunch of content from your one-time recording. Here you can see the upload status of all participants. You can preview the full recording, but it's important to note that the quality of the recording that you see here is not the quality of the final exported video. At this point, you will see any clips that you marked during your recording. For more information on clips, watch our clips walkthrough linked above and in the description. You will also see various snapshots from the recording that you can share directly on social media platforms and download for future use. You can download separate audio and video tracks for each track in the session. For video, we recommend downloading the constant frame rate MP4 to ensure that audio and video are synced up properly. To get a transcription of your recording, click on the 3 dots at the top of the page. This will be available to download after a few minutes. Here, you will also see the option to download backups and internet recordings. To save time in post-production, you can use our editor tool. This is our editor tool, where you can make multiple edits of different parts of your recording. You will see any clips that you marked in the studio, and you can create new clips manually. You can trim your content, choose what tracks will be included in the export, change the aspect ratio based on social media platforms, and you can customize your content by changing the layout, adding a background, and your logo. When you export your clip, you can choose what specs to export in, but this depends on what camera was used to record. You can create additional clips while your content is exporting, or you can access your clips on the recording take page. For a more detailed walkthrough of the editor tool, click the card at the top of the screen to watch our editor tutorial. There's your glance at Riverside. For more information and for additional help, head to riverside.fm/support. Thanks for watching this walkthrough. Make sure to let us know how you'll be using Riverside in the comments. And of course, subscribe to our page and follow us on social media for more tips and tricks on how you can use Riverside for all things podcasting and beyond.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, looks like Riverside is a good option if you're recording podcasts. The reason I got interested in
When it comes to starting your podcast, the gap between having the idea and actually getting your show launched can sometimes feel insurmountable. So today I want to take a few minutes and share 5 tips that I think will help you get your podcast.
Got interested in it is it actually has the facility to be able to automatically cut your video into sessions or segments that you can then post to other social media channels. So I think that's a fantastic feature. So yeah, I'm going to be posting this, and I've actually signed up for my account. It looks like that. When you go to the studio, you've got your studio here, you can view recordings, go to studio, and then in terms of pricing, the pricing is £15, and for $15 per month you can unlock more features. You get 5 hours of separate audio and video tracks per month, remove watermark from your video recordings, live stream to Twitter, YouTube or Facebook. You can world-class customer support. So I think that's pretty fair. That's pretty cool. What are the options you get? You get the free. The free is 0, obviously. 2 hours of separate audio and video recordings, so that's cool, for free. And then for the $15 a month, you get 5 hours of separate audio and video. For the Pro, £24 a month, $24 a month. That's 15 hours, and business is obviously a bit more. So it looks fantastic. If you're doing podcasts, then this is definitely a really good option. Okay. If you want to access the riverside.fm, I have a link, an affiliate link actually in the description.